Hey up, today's video is on me trying to replicate a video I saw of a guy called NOBOX7. He made a water glass and lime solution to make a fire brick or a mortar to go over high temperature. It somewhat worked. And I noticed NOBOX7 doesn't talk about it anymore, and he's gone off to trying to create something else. So I'm assuming he had the same results I had. It sets up very hard, and then when you hit it with heat, it gets soft, and that's the problem. If you put it as a liner, it kind of bakes it enough, and it does stick very well. I'm not sure long term how that would work as a liner and something. But anyway, I go through my process of different mixing, putting fire on it, and then testing out a couple of fire bricks, a soft fire, light fire brick and a heavy fire brick, and putting heat on it, seeing how it works. And I tried another stuff called Satanite, and I think that makes a good bonding agent for the fire brick. So I'll probably use that. Later on, I'm going to go through and build a furnace, and it's going to be a big one, so I can take a really big crucible. But anyway, just my journey in building a furnace and checking out what others have done online and what they posted. And for me, the water glass and lime was a failure. So anyway, on with the show. I'm making some water glass, or this stuff, sodium silicate. You make it with the cat litter crystals, some drain cleaner, and a little bit of water, and heat it. Now this stuff was quite expensive. It was $16, $12, and $8 shipping. It was expensive. And I may need to make some fire brick. There's a guy I've been watching online, and he made some water glass and lye mixed together and was using that as fire cement, or coating of metal where it gets hot. So I have some applications where I may need to do that. So I just want to see if I can make some water glass, and then I'll mix them with the lye. You know, I've got all the correct safety precautions for working with stuff. Although I do have this mask, I'll check out how that works. Welding gloves, stirring stick. In there I've got 80 milliliters of drain, or 80 grams of drain cleaner. That's sodium hydroxide. And then we've got 60 grams of the silica crystals, that's in cat litter, and 200 grams of water. I will put that in, I'll try and put it right here, or it'll be in the description. So I'm going to heat this up, mix it, add that stuff, and see what I get out of it. Hopefully I can get something like this. I'm told this stuff is a orange color when it's good. So anyway, on with this. I know I seem to be jumping around and everything, but I've got a lot of things that I want done at once, so it is what it is. Anyway, back in a bit. Okay, so I made some water glass and I mixed it with lime, crushed, and I kind of just made this paste like JB Weld. And so I laid it out on here. It sticks to this really well, but it never really dried. So I made another batch, and I made it too thick. It was hard to knead this, but it's dried. It's not that heavy, maybe weigh 3/4 of an ounce. I put some MAP gas on, and it's dried it out a lot. This I made with the first batch and just add more lime to it, lime powder, and it went hard. And this is some just some sand, and so I just wanted to see heat. So I'm going to put my oxyacetylene on this and see how this holds up. I may do a little bit there. Well, as you can see, there's a slight dimple there. Wow, that is really cool. And look, it never changed color down. That actually may be a cool fire brick. So I've put heat many times on it, and it just crumbles away. Now, this is some stuff I made a while back, and it's just water, glass, and lime. It sticks really well to the steel plate, and if I put heat on it, it handles it very well. This is still a little bit sticky because I made it really wet. This one, look, you can feel, and so it dries out once I put heat on, and then once I let go, it gets stickier back again because I made it really, really wet with water glass. So it kind of repairs itself to an extent, but it scratches off really easy, so it doesn't hold itself. This is some brick I made, and it becomes very brittle. You can see I've been breaking it. I put oxyacetylene on here, and it lasted a long time, but it gets crumbly. This is another little piece I made, and it's solid. But this piece over here, I made really wet and added till I got a consistency. And I put heat on this quite a few times, and it handles it really well, but it's dry inside. So I don't know, the lime may be a good material, but water glass I don't think is a very good material as a bonding agent. So there is some kind of refrax mortar out there, sanitite, something like that. I'm going to buy a bag of that, make some of these, and then have a go with that. I'm just trying to find the best fire brick for me at a reasonable price. Okay, so I got my lime in this 1 gallon paint tin. This is my ball mill, so I'm going to run this, I don't know, an hour. I want fine dust. It's really hard to break up. It's kind of hard, like a rock. So this will make quick work of it. And then I'll mix it with some water glass, and I'll make another brick. I made a brick earlier. It was still wet on the inside, and it crumbled away. And I think I need to make this a little bit wetter when I mix it. But it's hard. So I want to try that out. So I'll just put this down here so you can see this go. So it's been an hour. Let's see what this looks like. It still rattles like it's still, yeah, it hasn't done anything. So this is gonna have to sit in here for quite a while. So on with the show. Hey up. So it's been going on about 2 hours now. You can hear the sound has changed, but I know it's still small pellet. Okay, so as you can see, it's powdery. So I'm going to put this through a kitchen sieve, and whatever's remaining, throw it back in and turn it back on. Back in a bit. So I sieved it all out. Just a really fine powder. These big balls are good, better than the small ones. Small ones are for finer stuff, but so I'm gonna have a go. As you can see now, I've got that much. I'll use about half of that. I'm gonna make a brick in another one of these, mold it, let it dry, and I may put it in the oven to see if I can cure it off. I'm also gonna make some more water glass. I got a recipe that I've been using, 30 milligrams of drain cleaner, 40 grams of cat litter, 100 grams of water. Just keep multiplying that. That gives me enough water glass. I made some there. I'll put some more in that. But I'll mix it up. I'm going to try another go with this. I put some heat on this and it's still hard, but the inside is soft. So I'm going to make it a little bit wetter. This didn't dry together very well, so I'm going to have a go at mixing it better. Anyway, moving on. This thing is really cool. Works great. Although everything kind of wears off. I just put new tape on. But it works well. So we'll let that dry. It's starting to set up already. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so this is the brick I made. It's got a few cracks, but that's because I put it in the toaster oven too soon. It was too wet. So I want to see how good it is and what it translates. Or 98, 98, 136, 500, 80, 77. Oh, it's stone cold. So I'm going to try this again a bit longer. So I left it like this, came in after it cooled down and it fell apart. Now this stuff in the middle is just crumbled. So I'm assuming I need to cure it. Because earlier it was still kind of wet inside. So I think if I heat this up, it may cure it back. But it just crumbles up now. So I'm going to put this in my little toaster oven, see if I can bake this to make this stronger. Okay, so I've been trying to figure out the best type of mortar for my furnace and brick. So on the journey, I mixed some water glass with lime, created this stuff, and I've hit it many times with oxyacetylene, worked out well. I put silica sand and made my own inner core, so my water glass is good. I also tried mixing more lime, had different types, never worked all right. So I tried some stuff called satinite. It's a special cement. I made a brick, which I'll put heat on. I put some more in here, hit it with heat, and it just exploded. Same with this one I put on top of here. But when I could dry it out and put heat on, it withstood the heat well. So I'm going to put the oxyacetylene on this brick, and this brick. This is a light one. This is a heavy, dense one. So my quest to find out the best brick to use and sort of mortar. So I'm going to put some heat on to show you. We'll see how it goes. So that's the Satanite oxyacetylene flame. It's growing, glowing bright orange. Just for a sample, I'll put this on the steel. And you see I got sparks coming off already on the steel. So that's the Satanite used as like a paste or a liner. This is the lime. See, you can see it loses its heat right away. So that's the Satanite used as like a paste or a liner. This is well, the white brick heated up very fast, retained the heat. I can feel a lot. Yellow brick not so much. The white brick really holds the heat. The yellow brick not so much. Yeah, there's heat from that. A lot of heat from that. But see the circle where I hit it? As you did, and then you can see this one here, it kind of turns it to like a glass. I do like the lime, so I'm wondering, do I buy these? It's all about cost, and I know you have to maintain a furnace, but how expensive is it going to be to make? Because 5 of these was about $43, 2 of these was $30 something with shipping. So yeah, it gets expensive. Anyway, my quest to build a furnace. Bye.